the legendary Beecher High School.
About the history of the amount of talent that comes out of the school.
It's like a secret society.
State championship banners hang everywhere.
Everybody roots for Beecher basketball.
Winning at the highest level with the smallest resources. Until this Detroit businessman heard about it.
Shows us that we're not unseen. Somebody sees us and he sees like the potential.
Located in Mount Morris Township, just north of Flint, is the Beecher Community School District, with Beecher High the heart of that community.
And due to the declining enrollment since the GM plants closed and lack of funding for upkeep, the high school itself closed. Well, now all the students K through 12 are learning together in a middle school building.
But remarkably, its legacy as one of the state's winningest basketball programs still lives on. And now a Detroit Rocket mortgage executive has adopted this school and took our Rhonda Walker there to see what makes it so special.
And truly, guys, it is the pride and the connectedness of this community. And it's all despite being such a small town. It pumps out some of the state's best athletes that time and again beat the players from the bigger schools with far more resources. Matt Rysick, the chief tax officer for the Dan Gilbert family of companies, was born and raised in Flint and knew about the Beecher legacy. So when he heard about its sharp decline, he jumped at the chance to help. And it all started by chance when he read about the school entering a contest to win a much-needed state-of-the-art locker room and lost. What does this school mean to this community?
It's like the backbone of it.
Beecher High School, once a sprawling multi-building campus, sits empty.
We're losing students. Eventually, you have to close different buildings. So for us to move into a middle school building, Dolan Middle School, was tough.
But Beecher is tough, especially when it comes to sports. The gym fieldhouse covered in championship banners and trophies.
So how many of these championships were you a part of?
Just one.
Oh, just one.
All they do is win, no matter what. Winning is in this close-knit Beecher community's DNA. Lance Sumter, the principal, was a former student.
So we kind of had to stay tight-knit to be able to contend with everyone else.
We take care of one another.
Marquise Gray is also a former student, back as head coach after a career in the NBA and overseas.
And it's a grit that comes along with putting on the Beecher jersey.
All these winners in here.
So was that pressure for you or motivated you?
It's motivation. The best come from here, so why not me?
2021 state champions Carmelo Harris and James Cummings are 2022 graduating seniors, headed to Wayne State and Ferris State universities on full-ride athletic scholarships with memories and life experiences that go far beyond basketball, thanks to this Detroit businessman.
He's heaven sent.
He is Matt Rysick, a businessman with Flint roots whose office sits right next to Dan Gilbert. 2 years ago, he read an article about Beecher entering a contest to win a new $100,000 locker room. And boy, did they need it.
No one should have been in the locker rooms.
Lockers without handles, some lockers without doors. There was no showers.
Beecher entered the competition, but lost.
But won over Mr. Rysick, who attended Flint Powers, a rival school in the 1970s.
The lockers are literally the same lockers.
No plumbing, an empty pool, leaking roof, slippery floor.
If it rains or snows, it drips on them.
Man on a mission.
I wrote a check, and then I had some of the other team members here volunteer to help out.
So how much money did you raise?
We raised over $600,000.
And filled the swimming pool for a huge new auxiliary gym. And 4 state-of-the-art locker rooms for boys and girls.
Give me like college vibes or professional vibes. I felt like I was in the WNBA for real.
A new gym floor.
It just meant so much to be hooping on a court that's like this, look this good.
And a new friend, mentor, and fan.
It's a school that's in Division III, and they were knocking off the big boys.
He's done a hell of a job exposing our kids to a better side of life.
Coming from where we come from, we don't get that much recognition, so to see him like put so much time and love into us.
It shows us that we're not unseen. Somebody sees us and he sees like the potential.
So what has this done for you?
I'm learning as much about life from them as I'm teaching them. And I've met a group of people that I just, I've fallen in love with.
And ultimately, the Dallas-based company that held that locker contest heard about what Matt Rizik was doing. They ended up donating the lockers, which freed up the funds for them to do all of those other improvements.
Unbelievable.
And he went to the rival school.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so he knew, and I think it just broke his heart to see it in that condition.
I love this all over lockers too. And what's the symbolism with that?
I was thinking about that. What is the symbolism? And honestly, I think it comes down to unlocking doors of opportunities. You know, like that connection that was made there. It's going to change these kids' lives forever.
And when one door shuts, another opens, because they got that big no in the beginning.
That's right.
But it kept going.
That's what they learned. And get this, I mentioned that they have no high school building anymore. For that entire district, there's no high school building. So that's Matt's next mission. He says, I want to raise $20 million to help them get a brand new school. And he looked me in the eye and he said, and I'm going to do it.
Wow.
So something tells me he will. He knows a lot of people.
I think
Sounds like we may have a follow-up story.
I took the words out of my mouth. We'll
So
wait for
touching.
part 2 at some point.
Great story.
Good stuff,
Thank
Rhonda.
you so much. We appreciate it.